So hey guys, just a couple of things to report. I recently released a story that I had finished a while ago called My Name Is, which is about my snake character Kate Coyle, sort of setting up some of her background. I'm really proud of it, and if you haven't read it, I would suggest taking a look because I think it's a really good story. And, you know, of course, progress has been slow because of nothing that I can really put a finger on, but a lot of stuff that I'm just working on, and hopefully I'll have some productive news soon. But there are a few life things that I need to mention. I signed up for unemployment benefits, and so starting next week I have to do job search related things, but I will have unemployment benefits for a while. Also, I have reached the point where I've actually had to start considering looking for work again. And I don't know, I kind of got mixed feelings on it. On the one hand, I like being home all the time, but there's also some benefits I can see to, going back to work, steady paycheck, and insurance, of course, being two of the big ones. And, I had applied to a couple of jobs with the county. Um, and you know, my my tax refund finally did come in, which had taken a lot longer than it really should have. I mean, I suspected that my legal name change might slow things down a bit, but it slowed it down to the tune of about 4 months, which normally it would have taken 2 to 3 weeks. But anyway, I feel a lot better financially now that I have that money, because uh, now I have a fair amount more than I did, so a lot of the pressure has gone away, at least as far as money concerns for the foreseeable future. So, it's always nice feeling flush with money, or at least flush enough so that you don't have to count how much is in every account and so on and so forth. But as far as the job, I would like to, I need to. I guess I can talk about that a little bit because. It's I guess of a similar caliber to the last position I had. Um, the interview was I was thinking for a while it was my first interview in 13 years, but that really wasn't true because I had applied for a higher up position in my old department a number of times. But despite 6 different interviews, a dozen positions and so on, for whatever reason, they just never promoted me. And I don't really know if there was anything in reason for that because, on multiple occasions I tried to improve my standing with the company, learn more, so on and so forth, do whatever I could to indicate that I was a good investment. But for whatever reason, the folks I worked with just never promoted me, and I don't really know why. But let's see. As far as the interview with the county, I went and on Thursday and showed up on time, a little bit early actually. Found the office relatively quickly, and then just kind of had a seat. I think we started a little early. First, when I went in there, uh, he said he was keeping his distance, and I was like, "Do I have cooties or something?" But I realized after a moment that he was reacting to the fact that I was wearing a mask because I wasn't sure what the COVID protocols were, so I wanted to be erring on the side of caution. But the interview went well. I mean, it went surprisingly well. I'm always nervous with interviews. I hate job searching and I hate interviews. It's always way worse than the actual job. But the interview went really well, and they seemed to really like me, and they told me that I would probably hear relatively soon. So, it may be a possibility that I may not need to bother with unemployment insurance after all, in which case I don't know what you do if you sign up for unemployment and then you get a job before you even need it. But, one thing at a time. But I can say, insofar as, I feel good about the interview. I don't know what they're gonna, when what's gonna happen, but I have a feeling that if they do contact me, that'll be early next week sometime, probably after the holiday, and then maybe I'm hoping that they at least give me like a week or so before I have to start. Like not next week, but the week after or something, just so that I have time to mentally prepare myself, get everything I need to do ready and stuff. Because I did ask them about my hair, because for some reason my last job was really prickly about that for reasons I don't understand. They said something about it being unprofessional, but I don't think it really is all that unprofessional, because I think it looks good. It's not like it's some radical color or that I'm wearing a mohawk or something. But in any event, as I'm sure I've told the story to you guys before, it's like I checked the policy at UTMB, and there was never anything that said I couldn't. So I went and dyed my hair, and then 3 weeks later they tell me, that I can't have it, that it's unprofessional, something like that. And they never made me change it. But then after that, it was the holidays, and then COVID, and then it just stopped mattering because they let me go. But that being said, I really want to be able to keep it whether I'm working or not, whether whatever happens, because it really kind of is a good part of how I like to be, especially nowadays. And as far as that's concerned, I did ask them about it, and like I said, the person I interviewed with said that he didn't have a problem with it, that he would check the policy to see if there was anything that said that I could not. But and if necessary, I can live with it. But ideally, if I can, I would like to have my cake and eat it too. So we'll see if that happens. If they hire me, hopefully they'll let me know that I can dye it, and then I can go get that done before I start. And because it does take a while. If you've never had color in your hair, it takes a good couple of hours. I mean, it pretty much sucks up a morning. But on the plus side, I found that I don't need to go do it that often. I mean, it usually looks satisfactory to me for about half a year. So, it's 4 hours every 6 months, which is something I'm willing to commit to for the way I prefer to look. And the last thing is, of course, as suggested by the interview, I might possibly have a job already. Which, if so, it'd be the shortest job search ever, because I don't think I've ever had a case where I've just interviewed and been hired within the span of, I mean, when I got my last job, it happened relatively quickly, but it had been after quite a few interviews, quite a few searches, and so on and so forth. So I don't know, but I mean, if they do hire me, then I guess that'll be an adjustment period, and I'll see how that goes. If they don't hire me, then I have to do the job search and the unemployment thing. But at the very least, I'm pretty proud of myself for having gone through the interview. I think it went well. I think I answered all the questions pretty well. I think I suggested that I'm I'm adaptable, willing to learn. That I mean, I might come with certain warnings on the price tag, so to speak, in terms of, I guess, anxiety and stuff. But I felt reasonably comfortable with what everything that was being talked about. So, we'll see. And if that happens, then next time there's an update, I will have that to share with you guys. So I guess that's it for now, and I will catch you guys in a couple weeks.
Thanks for watching, and if you liked it, click the subscribe button and leave a comment below. You can also find me on Twitter and a few other places on the web, or support me via Patreon or Ko-fi. Zebra hugs!